My chicks dig it. Use the code T-HAND at checkout to unlock 10% savings on all Grub Terra products. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Homestead Centric Show. My name is Tracy, and we are on T-HAND 141 Homestead. Wow. A lot of cool stuff has happened. Last week, I went all the way to Washington, D.C., and you guys have probably seen my videos on that. It was fun. It was really fun. I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight. Hey, Suzanne Goulet, how are you this evening? Good to see you. My friend, his daughter is having a baby, and we had the baby shower, and then I helped him drive the baby shower stuff down to Washington, D.C. I say I helped him. I carried a few boxes and rode along with him, which is very enjoyable. We had some really good conversations. And while I was in Washington, D.C., I alluded to it in the video. The very first night we're there, okay, a little bit of backstory. Kayla, his daughter's husband, his name is Tom, and he is in the Army, stationed there in Washington. And he was actually one of the last ones out of the airport in Afghanistan. When all that stuff down, people were flooding the airport and stuff. It's pretty awesome hearing him tell about it. Hey, Mahilan, how's it going? Welcome. So he was in combat in Afghanistan, and I was in combat in Desert Storm. So Matt says, "Well, I don't want to eat in. I don't feel like cooking anything. I don't want to order in. Let's go to a buffet." So he found one really close to Kayla's apartment, and we went, and it was a Chinese type buffet. I think let's see if I can find it. I should have it on here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it here. It didn't back it up. What in the world? What in the world? Huh, it didn't back it up. But there is a word on the door. Halil. Hallal. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Welcome. And I'm like, man, I recognize that word. Where do I recognize that word from? We go in there, and I'm like, okay, hey, Google, what does Halil mean? It's Arabic for acceptable. It is acceptable food for the Muslim diet.
Your phone needs a mobile or Wi-Fi connection first.
She answered me. And so we go in, and they seat us, and you had to get your own drinks and stuff. But it had really nice seats and everything. And all of a sudden I look up as they're seating us. There are two huge TVs, and both of them are playing Al Jazeera. Terrorist network of the stars. And I'm like, oh, okay, Halil, acceptable for Muslim diet. Yeah. There is literally no one in this restaurant except the people working there that I saw. when we walked in. And so we sit down and we're having a riot. I mean, that was part of it where I on the beginning of the video I said I don't want to die. Matt's trying to get the two Middle Eastern war vets into flashbacks here. The food was the worst. I had a chicken leg, a broiled chicken leg, which was actually acceptable. The I guess it was General So's chicken tasted a little more like barbecue sauce than General So on the chicken than that was all right. But they had like these meatballs in a sauce. And listen, I am by no means putting down Arabic cuisine. Um, my taste buds do not comply. um, it this I'm like, okay, meatballs. So I got meatballs in this white cream sauce. And I'm like, oh, cool, Swedish meatballs, you know. And no, it tasted like they cooked the meatballs by putting them out in the sun for a week and a half and then dumped a rotten milk mixture over top of it. Um there and I try to try new things. They had shrimp. They had huge shrimp, but the heads were cut off and then the shell, the tail, and the legs were still on it. And because they were cooked together, it was really hard to separate them. Yeah. Um, and so I'm cracking jokes. I'm like, yeah, should I say, should I stand up and scream out, hey, Canadian family life, how's it going? I'm like, should I stand up and say Kifa Kishlahaki for Idak, which I believe is Farsi for that's what they taught us. Stop, lay your weapons down, put your hands over your head. It's usually followed by a loud bang. At this point, Tom and I are rolling. Kayla's laughing. Her little pregnant belly is just a bouncing. Matt is like, shh, you're gonna really get us killed, you know. And and I said, well, if you want some action, because Matt just retired from corrections, and when you retire from a job like that, you might start missing some action a little bit. So I said, well, if you want an adrenaline rush, I said, just stand up and say, Muhammad was a pedophile, and that will get you. And he's like, shh, somebody's sitting right behind us. Oh my gosh, while we were talking, somebody had sat right behind us. This whole place is empty. Let me see if I can find that. No, it's just going to share that screen. So I can't do that. Oh, well. But oh, what a good time we had. It was hilarious. We were rolling. Um, and but it was funny because you have two Middle Eastern vets, one from Afghanistan and one from Iraq in Saudi Arabia, Desert Storm there, and we went into the Al Qaeda headquarters for Washington D.C., as one of us put it quite abruptly, and it was just so fun. We ate, we got out in the truck, and Matt said, "Yeah." He says, "Okay, that food was really bad." So one more reason I will not convert to Islam. um, but yeah, couple things happened when well then we went through the mall and everything, and um we watched the changing of the guard uh at the Tomb of the Unknowns, and it was just amazing. um the precision that they had. um at the Tomb of the Unknowns, and the respect that everybody had. But nobody told me you had to walk up a really, 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 really long hill to get there. And you're surrounded by the graves of those who died for our freedoms. It's a really humbling experience. Excuse me, I need energy. So if you guys want to hear how dumb I am, this is hilarious. Oh, Remy's here. Remy, how's it going, my friend? I gotta plug my fan in because I is hot. As long as you don't ask a female that. Again? No. Remy? All right. I'll get you back for that. Thank you so much. There is a members only video that just came out Wednesday that has all of my video footage from my trip to DC. You get the whole experience of what I saw in the Museum of Natural History. What did you do? Wasn't that you that was gifted a membership by Rem's Family Farm? You're trying to make me cry. I do love you, Remy. You are awesome. So yeah, there's that members only video that's out. And then there are other members only videos and stuff out there. So check them out. But yeah, I didn't show too much of Tom or Kayla, or Matt, because Matt is he's very picky about pictures of himself. It's he's just short of the duck face, I guess. But he's very picky about, because every time he posts a picture of himself, he's got women crawling all over him, I guess. I don't have that problem, so we'll move on. Your deer hunt is next week. Mahi Lin, nice. Nice. Let me see if I can find. Add to stage. There's a story. There's a storm this weekend. Uh-oh. There's a story behind these two nails. These two nails were found in the middle of, I'm going to say, 18-inch round block of wood that I was cutting. Oh, it's Little House in the Big Woods. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm all hyped up on Kickstart. When you don't drink or do anything else that, caffeine really hits you. Yeah, sugar's 31% sugar. Tropical Storm Philippe. I doubt. Why is my thing so short, so small? I doubt it will be a hurricane by the time it hits us, but you never know. It looks like Lee right now. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know how to get that thing you get the deer with working. It's fairly easy. We could teach you, but you'd probably have to come to the States for me to teach you because I don't think I could take my things you get the deer with up there. But yeah, I was cutting in this block of wood and I made it maybe a fifth of the way into the block of wood. And let's bring that up here. And these are two 16-penny nails. And apparently I started eating this away somewhere up here and just go, and then my saw stopped cutting. I'm lucky it didn't kick out at me, but it literally stopped cutting. I pulled it out of the slit that I had cut and set it on the bark, and it just rubbed the bark. On the good side, though, I was able to fix the chain. It took some work. I got it cutting again. I need to fine tune a little bit. That could have kicked back, but I'm thinking it had to be like 40 or 50 years ago that these nails were put in this tree, whether it was to hold whether it was to hold a posted sign or a part of a step for a deer stand or something. I don't know. But man, oh man, it could have ended badly because a lot of time you get kickbacks when you hit metal like that. This is my mommy. I took my mommy to Caldwell's the other day. Is there a mute button on this thing? This is Caldwell Farmers Market. And we went shopping at Caldwell's. And we just had a really good time. She was worried that I was going to get the side of her face, get the front of my face, not the side. Apparently, she doesn't think she looks too hot, but she is. She is gorgeous. That is my mommy. That is the matriarch of my family. So that happened. Now another thing, I got all my wood in. Each one of these piles here have about 2 cord in them. Okay. That's about 8 feet. You might lose a little bit because it starts coming in, narrowing up here. Oh, thank you, Remy. Yeah, she is aging well. No doubt about it. She is aging well. So yeah, I was cutting on another pile of wood. When I for next year when I hit these little nails. See, I got anything else? I'm not. Well, that's all my Washington, D.C. footage. It's funny. I don't believe in a global flood, but here is a dog carcass with fish. Mm-hmm. And here is a certain young man, not to be named, in front of a case that has from the very first cell phones up to the last cell phone, and he was on his cell phone. And then they got this video here. Dude, I remember before we had, like, I remember before CDs, uh, the Ring telephone, all that stuff. I remember all that stuff. Whoa, jumped way down. That's wow. When is this? This is, I accidentally jumped way. Yeah, this is 2016. Wow. There's my Wendy with the goats. My sister-in-law Jen had this goat that thought it was a baby and wanted Wendy to hold it. And so Wendy, being Wendy, held it. Yeah, it does look like she is putting it right in her purse. She didn't. She was actually paying for it. No, they actually um they had a torpedo level on that wall. I have a torpedo level. Um I'm like, wow, it shouldn't be in a museum yet. Um oh my goodness, I don't know if I dare go through some of this stuff. There's Wendy and her siblings. Excuse me. David, Bucky, Lori, and Jen. Let's see here. Why won't you? Let's see. Bring it back up. Today would be nice. Hey, I know these people. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, that's what's been going on around my homestead anyway. Is wood is finally done, and now it is time to start working, to start hunting. Today I put another window in the Amish built chicken coop just to let a cross breeze go through a little bit. Trevor's going to freak when he sees it naturally, because of the way I did it. But it's a chicken coop. I plan on going over it with a bunch of caulk. But it was just, hey, Sarah. Yeah, she was setting them on her purse. My mom, the klepto. So yeah, I put a window in the. I couldn't put the window where I wanted to put the window because for some reason the side that he put the windows on. Hey, Garden State Gardener, welcome. The side that he put the big window in is 24 inches, which is perfect to fit a 22-inch window in. Where I wanted on the other side to it was like 20 inches to put the window in, or between studs. Guys, you're supposed to be uniform. If you're 2 foot on center, you're 24 inches on center, 24 inches on center, which means that you will have at least 22 inches usually in between them. But I got it in. I got it in the back corner, and as soon as I cut the hole, I could feel the breeze passing through. It was really nice. The chickens will have a little more light in that back corner, and they'll also be able to get a breeze. And even when I shut the windows down to just a little slat in the winter, that will allow ventilation to travel through so we don't get moisture buildup. Moisture buildup is chickens can deal with extreme cold. They cannot deal with huge moisture buildups. They will get frostbite really easy if there's moisture buildup on their combs and such. Oh, so let's see here. I did what all did I do? Put the window in today. I still have not cleaned up the old chicken coop, the temporary chicken coop. It's down. But it's laying there right now. It's probably going to sit there till spring, I think, unless I get a boost of energy. Because the opening day of Early Bow, I was in Washington, D.C., and the opening day of Muzzleloader, I will be in Canada. Yes, I'm making another trip to Canada with Trevor and taking some friends this time. We are going back to Minden Off-Road Park, and we are going to try. Well, I don't know if we're staying at Minden. Yeah, we are. We are Minden Off-Road Park, and we're going to ride the trails around there, and it's going to be fun. Because we'll have Trevor in his what in the world is his side by side R-Max. We'll have Trevor in his R-Max. We'll have I believe Chad and Tom both have the Polaris Razors, the new Polaris Razors, and I'm really looking forward to this trip. I'm going to film it. It is nice to get off the homestead. It is twice as nice to get back to the homestead after you leave the homestead. I don't know. There's just something about this place. I would spend all my time here if I could. It's almost like home. But yeah, and today I filled the pig water, the 300-gallon tote, and then I moved one of the totes that I used to use in the summer for water. Now that I have the new well, I don't need those. I moved one over behind the chicken coop, filled it up, got it all set up for, so now I have gravity fed running water at the chicken coop, so I'm not carrying their water in a 5-gallon bucket. Excuse me. I'll show you that system. Next year, instead of putting the rainwater catchment system on the side of my house, I will be putting it on the back ends of the two sheds. That'll give me 20, 40, 60, 80 feet of gutter to catch water. Now, it still won't be the same square footage of rain caught. Well, maybe. Figure 12 foot. So that's going to be about 16 and 16, 32 foot. And I've got 20, 40, 20. Yeah. Yeah. So both sides, figure 60 and 60. Okay. Figure about 30 feet of roof surface. And here I have, I'm going to say 20 by 20. So maybe I'll have a little more. I don't know. We're famous in Minden for making new trails. We didn't make any new trails. Just driving through the water, but those were trails. They were clearly marked trails. We did not leave the permissible area. They were clearly marked trails. They were just under 4 foot of water. And we were hungry. And you don't get between a fat man, 2 fat men, and a restaurant. You just don't do it. I have right now, I have 27 birds. I have 10 silkies and bantams combined. That is 1 bantam hen and 2 silky females. Then I have a guinea you can't count and 3 roosters that you can't count of the regular ones. So that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 from 27 is 16. And the bantam and the silkies are just starting to lay. But they still got the real tiny little eggs. And all of my chickens are on the old side of laying. Yeah, I'm literally doing chicken math. Maybe I'll have to wait until spring. Oh, because of being underwater. Yeah. Yeah, I'm literally doing chicken math. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to, go broody on eggs and hatch out a good sized clutch of eggs. Oh, okay, that was for Sarah. Um but yeah, this spring I plan on getting a bunch new chickens. A lot of people call their chickens as they get older. I do not, because they're still supplying me. Number one, they tend to go broody more the older they get, and they can give me free chickens. Chances are they'll mostly be roosters. That's just the way it goes. But then they still give me that manure that goes in the compost pile. And I switched from using wood chips or flakes from Tractor Supply to I now go and get bags of sawdust from a sawmill, or I'm hoping to be able to catch him when he's full and hasn't already promised his sawdust. And then I will I'll rent a dump trailer and get a dump trailer full of sawdust, because it's so awesome. You get the nitrogen from the chicken poop, but that sawdust absorbs all that nitrogen and stuff, keeps it from stinking, all that stuff. But then you put it in a compost pile and it turns into some powerful stuff. We haven't either. Just roost. Let's just say I will have chicken next week. Let's just say I will put them in a freshly free rabbit corridor. Let's just say that this corridor had not been cleaned very much this summer. So you've been working, huh? As far as the compost pile goes, Yeah, they don't care as long as you give the chickens plenty of water. The what you put on the ground isn't that bad. Um, but the compost in the my compost pile that gets all my grass clippings except one load of grass clippings I give to the pigs, which they'll be going uh, soon. In fact, in a couple weeks, the pigs will be going to freezer camp. Um, and then, um, but yeah, so as they still do get into my compost pile a little bit. They do wonderful with compost. Yeah, they will scratch in the compost looking for the bugs and stuff like that. And my compost pile right now, it wasn't a great spot for them, for the chickens, but now it's on the other side of the homestead from them. Rabbit wings. Rabbit wings. Absolutely. 100%. Right on time. There's Trevor. Hey, Trev, I'm on a live. Did Matt get hold of you? No. Okay, you might want to give him a call. Okay. We got plans for tomorrow. We do? I guess. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, bro. Oh. No, you get off the table. Excuse me. Kiki, get off the table. Get down. Oh, he just loves it up on the table. He's like, well, you don't eat here, Dad. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that's what happens when a chainsaw. I gotta focus. That's what happens when a chainsaw meets a nail in a block of wood. And I ate quite a bit of it. That was fun, let me tell you. But let's see, what else did I want to bring up here? I'm getting ready to start pulling stuff in the garden. What I think I'm going to do with the main garden is I'm going to pull everything that's not perennial. I'm going to leave my comfrey. I'm going to leave my catnip. I believe the flowers that I was given are all perennial. I'm going to leave them. Everything else is getting pulled up, and I am just going to pile on the wood chips on it. My efforts, I think, this coming gardening season will be mostly, hey, Tammy, will be mostly in some raised beds I'm going to build with some the pig manure that I took out last fall. This is the first fall, and then do I have frost in our usual frost date is actually October. Our first frost date is actually October 6th. Let me see. Let me see. Weather 13303. Let's see if this will give me a forecast or just what it is right now. Conditions are fair with a temperature of, it has been hot here, of 71 right now. It was like 86 today. The wind. Hey Google, is there any frost in the forecast?
For that, your phone needs a mobile or Wi-Fi connection first.
I didn't turn on my hotspot. I restarted my laptop so everything would go smooth. I don't think, I think the lowest that I have seen was so far this year was like 39. And I've been sleeping with my windows open. Okay, so hey Google, is there frost in my forecast for the next several weeks?
I found this on the web.
National Weather Service. Spring 2023. We're a little past spring. Hey Google, what is the forecast for Ava, New York?
It's 72 and clear. Tonight, the forecast is for a high of 70 and a low of 61 with scattered showers.
Okay, Monday it is supposed to get down to 37 degrees. That's the lowest it's going to get. 38, 39, 42, 53, 58. Hey Google, show me the 15-day forecast.
I found these results.
Well, I'm not in Fulton. I'm not in Boonville. I'm not in Utica. I'm not in Syracuse. I'm definitely not in Dallas. But let's do Boonville. $44, $44. See, this is giving me higher numbers. 38 on the 16th. Yeah, so far I don't have any so far I don't have anything forecast either. It will probably catch us all by surprise, to be perfectly honest. It'll probably catch us all by surprise. Hey, I can't go. My chickens need me. Y'all make me so thirsty. Yeah, it's going to be, I believe, an unusually warm fall and beginning to winter, which is really going to, this is my first year in several years of hunting. And you want cold weather to make the deer move. Yeah, we had it in late August. I had it, I think it was 38 was the lowest that it got. And then all of a sudden it got warm, and it hasn't really cooled off that much. Yeah, it warmed up right after that. But the weather is, I don't know, signs of the end times. The weather is getting unpredictable. There are things going on that weather-wise that are just not really heard of. Let's see. Hey Google, what is 4 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
4 degrees Celsius is equal to 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Yeah, so below 40 for deer. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right to get them moving. I haven't even checked out my spot. Muzzle loading season, like I said, the first 3 days of muzzle loading season, I'll be out of town, which will leave me a whole, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 days of muzzle loading season before rifle season. So the plan is if I can get one deer with muzzle loading with muzzle loader and then one deer with rifle during regular season. What day does the Shed Wars thing end? Do we know for sure yet when that's supposed to end? October. I think last year it was like the 23rd or something like that. My pigs go the 17th. I should have a weight before then, so that'll be nice. It's running in the when it really starts getting cold. See, I've always been a rut hunter. I love the rut. I use the vocal calls. I use doe and estrus urine, stuff like that. And the colder it gets, the better for the rut. Unless you're getting feet upon feet upon feet of snow. My lights are not coming on in the chicken coop. Ugh. Well, that's all right. We'll give her about 10 more minutes, and if they don't come on, I will have to go out and turn them on. Oh. Yeah, snow is really good for deer. It really gets them moving. It helps the hormones get going. We have 2 doe tags this year, which is the first. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have 2 tags that can be used for. One is a antlerless. One is a antlered or antlerless that can be. Both of those can be used either in archery or muzzle loading season. Then I have an antlered deer for regular season. Then I have 2 doe permits for regular season. Yeah, deer are funny, man. I love them. They are so. Everybody's like, oh, they hunt deer. They must hate them. No, are you kidding me? I love to watch deer, man. There is nothing like watching in the spring a mother literally playing with their fawns and stuff. It is just so very funny and beautiful to watch. Deer among the most beautiful animals to watch. And they're beautiful at all times. They're beautiful when they're born and when they're babies. They're beautiful when they grow up big and have babies. They're beautiful when they grow up and have big racks or small racks. They're beautiful in the frying pan. They're beautiful in the oven. They're just beautiful. I am hoping our family gets 2 deer this year. We ran out of. Yeah, I have been literally craving venison lately because I haven't. I realized when I started getting ready for this hunting season, I haven't had venison in several years. Yes, they need to stay off the road. But I will say that one of the reasons New York has such a liberal hunting seasons and let us take so many deer is because the insurance companies really lobby hard for us to be able to kill more deer, to harvest more deer, so that there are less car deer accidents. That light still hasn't come on, and the silkies don't like to go in when that light's not on. I got the big door open right now. Oh, so yeah, guys. I'm gonna have to go take care of that because they're walking back and forth in front of the, because I got a motion light out there too, and they're walking back and forth. Out there activating that light because they won't go in because it's dark. They're making a wildlife overpass. How are they going to teach wildlife how to use the overpass or underpass? Now, I do know that they had deer. They, along parts of the thruway, they did put up big fences along the thruway to keep deer off the thruway in New York. Seen a couple of deer hanging out at the Jersey Beach the other day. Nice. If you haven't had venison in years, be aware that your body will react to the different proteins the first time you eat it. Yes. Yes. My body has a very specific reaction to venison, such that my beautiful wife, before she passed, she'd say, "Well, what do you want for dinner?" And I'm like, "Well, let's do venison." And she's like, "Really?" Not because she didn't like venison. She loved venison because of the very specific and aromatic effects venison has on my digestive tract. They fence the whole area. They don't want them to. Oh, well, that's nice. A big article in the paper today about a lifeguard saving a deer. That yeah, there was somebody jumped in the water to save it or something. I think I saw something about that. Yeah. Yep. um. Yeah, but you figure you spend the money on the license, you spend the time um, hunting and scouting, and some people spend all sorts of money on uh, hunting leases and clubs and places where they can hunt and travel and stuff like that. So it's literally the best, most expensive meat on the planet. Um, who's you might be a redneck guy there. He had it's the most expensive meat on the planet for you and the kids. I'm sacrificing. Still say deer is the best way to. Yeah, absolutely. They're starting to be stupid with that here now. Um, some shelters and food pantries used to take deer but can no longer take deer from hunters unless they pay to get it inspected. It's about the almighty dollar is what it's about. Because it might have chronic wasting disease, even though we know that chronic wasting disease does not pass from cooked meat to humans. And that's a fact, Jack. I am not a doctor, neither do I play one on TV. However, I identify as the person who is right in this conversation. Um, let's see here. Okay, here it comes. I see the comment over here on my YouTube screen before I can post it over here on my StreamYard screen. I don't see it that way, Tracy. The time spent with family while hunting, also that time spent in the woods. I've never seen anyone come from a $3,000 trip to Mexico come home with meat. I have never seen anyone. Well, yes, I actually have. My Trevor's wife's father, he goes, what was it, Montana? Man, it still hasn't come on. It was Montana or something like that he would go to, and he would always come back with meat. He showed me a beautiful rack from a buck that he got. Guys, I'm going to put on a real quick commercial while I go turn that light on for the chickens because they're just pacing back and forth outside. Bear with me. I am going to run out. I'm giving myself 1 minute and 16 seconds to do so. On your mark, get set, go. Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell. They are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead. Shut up, dude. Hi, I'm back. You're not going to believe this, guys. I ran halfway out there. I made it halfway out there and the light came on. I was running. God has a sense of humor, people. He says, you watch this idiot run. Yeah, the hunting, to quantify hunting by financial, it isn't really good. It's not adequate, because what I get from hunting is not only the meat, but that time spent there is not a burden. It's a pleasure. Whether I'm with family or alone with my thoughts and with God, it is just, it is literally a pleasure. Hey, everybody stayed during that commercial. Thank you, guys. Oh, did anybody notice my teaser for the live stream tonight? Yeah. Yes, I like hobbies I can eat. Absolutely. Because they're the hobbies you get. You do a hobby because you enjoy doing a hobby, or it relaxes you, or you get some benefit from doing that hobby. And then you later on, with canning or hunting or fishing or raising rabbits or chickens, you get to eat. Yeah, you can't eat the travel. There was a time when most of Lewis County, the southern part of Lewis County where I lived, I could hunt. Now it's all posted, new people owning it and all that stuff. Yeah, that is a big deal there, sharing knowledge and experience with kids, passing on these rituals. Um, when when my oldest grandson turned, what was it, 12, I think it was, I gave him his first knife for Christmas or his birthday. I forget what it was. Wendy and I did. And I made him give me a penny for it. And he's like, why? I said, because it's good luck. I said, if you give a knife without receiving something for it, you you know, so you always trade a knife for penny. Um, yeah, the the hunting culture is dying. Um, it's so much easier just to go to the store and buy it. And that's what they want. Hey, Peter, Old Man King Homestead, welcome, welcome. Um, people have that mindset of instant instant gratification, and I got to tell you, I fall into that too. I with the cell phone, the wealth of knowledge and everything I can do with my cell phones and my computers and stuff like that. I fall into really looking for that instant gratification. Hunting can be just the opposite. Trevor and I, when we were up on, we had a club up on the Page Road, um, a hunting club, and up there it's very few deer, but they are huge. When you get a deer, I got a spike horn that was around 200 pounds. I mean, it was huge, uh, and it was just a spike horn. It was just a tiny antler, But and then there was a 10 point that was taken off it that was just huge. And those are the only two deer that were taken uh, off that club in, I think I was in the club for 4 years, maybe. Uh, and we hunted hard. There was no instant gratification. We were out there putting in the time trying to harvest a deer, and it just didn't pan out. There was no instant gratification. In fact, it was the last year I was there that I got the deer. Um, and so yeah, our kids are so used to instant gratification, that endorphin rush of winning a video game. Um, the Everything is broken up into levels, short levels, short boards. Um, that instant gratification is just all over the place, and it's a shame. We need to get kids out hunting. We need to teach them patience. We need to teach them kindness. We need to teach them responsibility. And I got to tell you, you don't get any more responsible than when you have a pew pew in your hand. Um, and you don't get any more kind or polite than when you and other people have pew pews in your hands. Not that anybody would ever use them against each other, but um, we've gotten away from that. It's so easy for kids today, and I'm thinking the 20, 30-year olds, whatever, the youngins. Um, it's so easy for them to just unleash verbally on a woman now. Say a woman is pushing a cart in their uh, from the store to their car, and they had to stop and let her through, and so they just unleash because they're in a hurry. Back when I was growing up, just with a girlfriend, if I saw somebody screaming at a woman, I would have stepped in. Trevor, you don't even want to go there. um, if you called my wife a name, you were going to get physically hurt back in the day. We don't have that kind of society anymore. People think that it's acceptable. It's acceptable for them to do whatever they want, but not acceptable for you to retaliate in kind. But I am both kind and gentle. Don't ask me to use them because I forgot how. It's been so long since I've thrown a punch. You ever have one of those dreams where you're in a fight and you're hitting this guy with everything you got, and your punches, and I mean it should be shattering bones, your punches, you're hitting him so hard, and you're just hitting like this. You can't even make him move his face. Oh man, those are the horrible, worst dreams ever. My boy jumping all over, counting the days for years before he could even go hunting, and he puts in the time when he goes, yeah, that's awesome. See, you're bringing up your kids. We're bringing them up right. We there is a culture that is still alive in rural America and rural Canada. The city folks just will never understand. Yeah, you can't take that lightly. When you throw a projectile downrange, you have to know exactly where it's going, and if and when it goes through your target, what's behind your target. You really have to take it seriously. And our I don't know. Our technology is killing us. Have you guys ever seen? I think it was Wall-E. Was it Wall-E that everybody evacuated Earth because it was so polluted, and they were living on these ships, and they were moving around on these floating carts, and everybody was so fat and stuff. That's literally what we're turning into. And guys, I is the fattest. I have been 227 pounds for the last 3 months. I just gave up trying to bring it down, but she seems to be staying at 227, which I'm 6 foot tall. So it's not horrible. I got a little bit of a gut, but Matt tried to talk me into starting a Tinder account. I said, no, thank you. There's all sorts of ways. Personally, like I said, if God wants me with a woman, he'll tell Trevor. Trevor will introduce us. Because when God wants me to do something, he tells Trevor or Matt. And it's, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm lazy. Maybe it's because I'm happy. Maybe it's because any woman, there's some definite mountains to overcome. I mean, you got the shoes that you couldn't fill, which that's nobody's going to be able to fill Wendy's shoes. You got, I'm off grid, so curling irons, hair dryers, stuff like that. I'm not going to say you couldn't have them. I'm going to say you'd have to use them sparingly, because we'd probably have to do the whole start the generator thing, and that's just not fun. Right now, I am kind of enjoying. My time is my own. My plans are my own. I mean, when mom needs me, or I'll get a call from Matt, and he'll say, "Hey, don't make any plans for this day, that day, or that day, because we're doing something." I didn't know that I was going. I knew I was doing something with Matt the last 3 days in September, but until like 2 days before, I think Trevor let it slip that I was going to Washington. I didn't know. Didn't need to know. Matt, Matt wanted my help with something. You know, that's the way friends are, man. And then I had the most wonderful experience, even in the halal buffet. It was interesting eating food that should have been condemned by the health department. Oh my goodness, they had grape leaves, and I'm like, how can you mess up a grape leaf in oil? You know, but they were wrapping whatever they wrapped in it had gone bad months ago. I'm telling you, this place was an Al Qaeda headquarters for the Washington D.C. area because they weren't serving good food, and everybody knew it because other than the tourists, nobody was going there. And I walk in with my Desert Storm veteran cap. Oh, good. And Tom walks in. He's clearly military. He's got the high and tight. Well, no, it's not really a high and tight, but he's got the military haircut, you know. And it was just that was a fun experience. And then going to the mall, seeing the White House, the Washington Memorial, the World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Memorials, the Lincoln Memorial. That it was just so fun, you know. I am a history buff. I love history. Like Arlington was, I believe it was one of General Lee's plantations. And it was kind of a slap in the face to him to make it a cemetery. Yes. Yes. Let's see here. Taking my mom shoplifting. This is what we're talking about. I took my mom to Caldwell's. They grow all their own vegetables and stuff. It's a farmer's market type thing every year, the same spot. They grow their own vegetables and go up. But you'll notice she was putting she's putting her, let me pause it. You bugger. She's putting her zucchini and apples on her purse. And I promise, guys, I promise we paid for everything. But yes, that is my beautiful mommy. And with that cane, oh my word, she brought me into the world. She can take me out. But yeah, Caldwell, they're even having a problem. They had some stuff they had worms, a bug problem with their, I think she said broccoli. And so they had some stuff to take care of it. And the health department came in, made them quarantine it. They took away their food stamp certification because they don't want people growing their own food. They don't want it not passing through their greedy fingers. The money, they want to have control of everything. Let's see. We'll fast forward this a little bit. Look at those potatoes. Those are beautiful potatoes. Ah, blackout. What did I do? Leave the camera on while I... Oh, well. Ha-ha! I'm back. But yes, that's what we're talking about. Taking my mom shoplifting is a priority. But no, the Office of the Aging gives senior citizens coupons for X amount of vegetables and stuff that they accept there, and so mom wanted to use them up, and it's really nice because it helps the elderly get fresh fruits and vegetables, and it's just awesome. And so that's one way, or one reason we went. Oh goodness. All right, guys. Well, I think I've just about talked my way out of things. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I want you guys to have a great week. Tomorrow, oh my, I don't have a video for tomorrow. I'm messing up. I'm going to be making a video tomorrow. I'm going to be helping Matt on his driveway because I got my box. He was supposed to come tonight and get the tractor. Wonder if things changed. All right. Yes, tomorrow Remy is having a birthday party at 8 p.m. Eastern on Rem's Family Farm. What'd you do? Finally turn 30? My friend Remy? And guys, if you got a free membership from Remy today, or if you join, it's 99 cents a month. There is the extended version of my trip to Washington, D.C. Cool. His birthday is Monday. Every Monday you have a birthday? Hey? I'm the reason Americans are looked down on. I know. Oh goodness, the malarkey going on. Just to touch on politics for a second, the malarkey going on in Congress right now. Parties turning on each other, and 30 with 10 years of experience. You're turning 40. Oh, you're just a baby. You're just a baby. Yeah. It's not the age that gets you, it's the mileage. Remember that, my friend. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I will try to have a video out probably late tomorrow, or maybe Friday's video. I might bring it out Saturday. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's been hard because I've been doing things that are just so commonplace that, firewood, which it's amazing. People love my firewood videos. I all of that, all of those videos, or all that wood that you saw in my woodshed, was cut by chainsaw and split by hand. Tracy Hand with a Go Devil. All right, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night and a wonderful week. Happy birthday, Remy. I will see you tomorrow night at Rem's Family Farms live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Guys, remember, Jesus loves you, and I do too. And if you haven't given him any thoughts lately, you might want to start thinking about it and ask him to maybe show you he's there. He will. No, I will not stop being the tractor guy. Wait, I'm not the tractor guy. I don't want to be a tractor guy. I don't want to be a chainsaw guy. I'm that off-grid homesteading guy. That's what my neighbors say. Oh, you're that guy that's down there off-grid. Yeah, that's me. The one, the only, thank God, says my mommy. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day, guys, and God bless.